Finance Uncut Insider's secret to investing in miners. So in our last video, how to become rich in gold and silver, I shared some lessons from Tavi Costa, Rick Rule, and Robert Friedland. And these are lessons that I use when investing in gold and silver miners, or miners in general. And in this series that I've been doing, educating about investing in the mining space, in today's video, I want to share a lesson from Marin Katusa. Now, Marin's going to share something which is something that I have shared with our Finance Uncut Insiders group about how I build a position, how I enter a position, and how I build a position in a stock. So Marin did an interview a few weeks ago on the Wealthion channel with Adam Taggart. So let's just cut to a clip of that and we'll come back.
So find someone that you can invest in at the same time, at the same price, so the skin in the game is equal. That's the key part. The other part is, what is your time frame? What is your patience? A big thing I see, I'll use my doctor friend, Dr. B. I use him as a contrarian indicator. Now, this will be a shock to him to hear, but super smart, busy, saving people's lives. He's tired when he gets home. Then he has a wife and kids, and he's got just the realities of life. He doesn't have the time to do it, but he talks to other doctors who have high income, but really struggling to build that true dynastic net worth. But they're the ones that you would think should have the ability to do that. But because they don't have the time to do it, what I see the biggest mistake from what I'd call people trying to get into the game is, I got 100 grand and I want to deploy it now, or I've got 50 grand, or I got $1.5 million, and then they get aggressive. Just because you want to invest and you're ready and your brokerage account is set up and you have cash, that does not mean it's the right time to set up. So I've tried to create, okay, is it a speculation or is it an investment? Now, if it's a speculation, never, I don't care how good of a story is, these are rules that we put in. Never buy more than 5% of your overall, let's say you want to put 100 grand, Adam, toward a resource stock. The resource sector, sorry. Never put more than 5% into any one speculation, and never put more than 10% of your resource portfolio in any one investment. Number one. Number two, never buy your whole allocation today because you got a hard on for this stock and you want to buy it today. Buy it in 4 tranches. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 tranche, because guess what? Mr. Market will give you many opportunities. So you got to be patient. I talked a lot about some of the big energy stories. I'll use the one that I wrote about in my book, which became Altera. When it was $20 a stock, I said this was insane. It was raw speedy stock. And maybe it was my ignorance or my Slavic roots to not understand proper etiquette, but he was on a panel, I was the moderator, and someone said, well, what do you think of Altera? I go, holy crap, that thing is priced to perfection. They haven't even built a single thing that they're going to do, but it's priced in because it's Ross and because the sector's hot and they financed and it's exciting in 2009. And I go, this thing's going to go down for at least 50 to 75%. And then when it hits the tax losses, and then every operation has what I call its kinks, where you got to work the process out. And he looked behind and he was shocked, because I guess it was the first time that someone would call out a legend in the industry. And I didn't mean it to be rude. Someone asked me a question and I was just very honest. That was in 2009. And by 2015, I ended up becoming the second largest shareholder of that company. And then we ended up selling it to a major company. My subscribers heard the whole journey. And it took me a long time to build that position. I would tell people, I've just bought my first tranche at this price. And guess what? Sometimes your second and third tranche are going to be way lower than your first tranche, or higher. It depends on what the value of the stock is at the time. So patience, to be waiting.
So some great advice there from Marin, and this is how I invest. I'm not all in on one particular asset or asset class, and especially as you go down into the junior space and the exploration space, you take on a lot more risk, and therefore you just want to allocate a percentage of your portfolio or in my case, I'm not giving financial advice here, but that's how I invest, because sometimes you have losses. Most exploration companies don't turn into miners, and they go bust. It's a great way to lose capital in this game. It's a very hard game to invest in, but it's also very rewarding when you get it right. And so, yeah, I enter a position into a stock, and then I build that position. And as our insiders will know, on occasions, I'll enter a stock and it will fall, and then I'll buy more, and then it'll fall a bit more, and then I'll buy some more. Or it might go the other way, and I completely miss out on accumulating as much as I wanted to, and that's fine. That's fine. So, but yeah, I did this video. So I've built a playlist called Mining Investment 101. So if you guys want to learn more about investing in this sector, I've done some videos and created this little playlist. So our last video, How to Become Rich in Gold and Silver, is in that playlist. Also, this video, beware of these silver stocks. So just once again, just it's a lesson about avoiding particular round grades and stuff like that. So, these are lessons that you need to know if you really want to invest in this space. This video, gold and silver 10 baggers, really where to invest in that evolution from, startup to explorer, developer, miner, and where the big gains are. And yeah, so different stages of that life cycle where the most profits are made. Crisis Investing, Gold and Silver, Doug Casey, one of the best books I've ever read. And I'll come to that at the end of this video. So once again, just lessons I learned from Doug Casey. 25x returns on gold and silver stocks. Here I share my own story, how I bought Chalice at 17 cents, and from memory sold it at $4.33, 25 bagger. The stock actually went further up, I think $9, $10, something like that. So once again, Steve, you sold too soon. But yeah, so I've got this playlist, Mining Investing 101. So check it out if you want to learn more about investing in the mining space. And if you really keen, one of my very first videos on this channel, investing in gold and silver miners and explorers, you'll have to forgive me for the quality of the video and the sound, etc. But here I just talk about how I value drill results and how I look at drill results and measure those. So if you really want to get down in the weeds, check this one out as well. And before I wrap up this video, I've been asked multiple times by you guys what my favorite mining investment books are. Well, clearly Crisis Investing for the 90s, Doug Casey. Hot Commodities by Jim Rogers, I've talked about that in many videos. But also I recommend Mining Economics and Strategy, and also the Mining Valuation Handbook, which is actually an Australian book. And look, it's a big book, quite boring, but if you're serious about investing in the mining industry and the exploration industry, then you really need to do your work, do your homework, do your education. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I've made every mistake under the sun you can think of, and I still make mistakes now. Just ask my Finance Uncut Insiders group. So yeah, there's some material to read. Hopefully this video helped you guys. You learned something from it. Hopefully the Mining Investing 101 playlist can help educate you guys even further. And definitely these books are some great resources. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. Really do appreciate it. Love to see your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Let me know if there's other mining investment books that you guys like that I haven't mentioned that you'd like to share. We'd all like to learn. If you've got some other books, take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again on another episode of Finance Uncut. And just a reminder, the information provided in this video is for education and entertainment purposes only. Nothing on this channel constitutes as financial advice. The information in this presentation is no substitute for financial advice and all investors should seek advice from a licensed financial advisor having regard to your own objectives, financial situation, and needs.